Hello friends, once again at Bangor City Cemetery, and again I've traveled back in time to the early 1800s. Came across some really interesting older style graves here. We have a couple daughters of Ephraim and Melinda J. Davis. So you have Abby Ada, who died August 5th, it looks like 1852, aged 2 years and 7 months. Right next to her, her sister, Rebecca Elizabeth, also daughter of Ephraim and Melinda Davis, died October 18th of 1847, aged 3 years, 9 months. So a couple babies here. And then when I walk a few feet from there, we have some very old graves as well. For it looks like Philip Jones. Very hard to read that inscription, but it looks like he died August 6 of 1838, age 58 years. There's the old style footstone. A lot of old New England graves in the late 1700s, early 1800s would have both the headstone and the footstone. Both of these have fallen. A lot of roots through here. Somewhere along the centuries, the grave fell over, both the head and footstone. So, you know, Mr. Philip Jones would be buried somewhere in the middle here. And then a few feet from there, we have some other very old ones. You have sacred to the memory of Mr. Peter Bailey, the old spelling of Bailey without the E, B-A-I-L-Y, who departed this life September 18th of 1826, age 26 years, 11 months. And it looks like 7 days. The inscription is quite worn off and broken. There's the bottom of his stone. Right next to him, possibly a brother, you have Samuel Bailey. That's the modern spelling, but that doesn't mean anything. Back then, they spelled it how they thought it sounded. And Samuel Bailey passed away August 12 of 1870. He was 86 years. So some of these inscriptions are the old style, such as sacred to the memory of, or calling them Mr. We walk a few feet from there, and we have some very old names as well. Captain John Discrow and his wife, Thankful Rogers Discrow. Thankful being a very, very old name, popular with the Pilgrims up through the 1700s. Looks like Thankful here was born. Thankful Rogers was her maiden name, and then obviously she married Captain John Discrow. She was born in 1802. The captain was born in 1793. You have their daughter, Aisha, very old school spelling of Aisha on that, Discrow Pierce, 1825 to 1851. I've discovered a lot of graves that aren't on Find a Grave in here. A lot of folks that documented this cemetery are going off records. They're not actually boots on the ground, and more power to them. We're all working together, right, to preserve history the best we can. But this is my way of doing it, just kind of walking these old cemeteries stone by stone. I don't care if it takes me 20 minutes or 2 minutes on each one. I want to get it right. I'm writing down the inscriptions, the dates, trying to link them to relatives, because let's face it, some of these stones are almost 200 years old. They won't be here forever. So at least maybe we'll have a digital record someday of them. We have some of the Corson family here. We have Moses, a lot of biblical names, his wife, Susan, and all this information I'm uploading to Find a Grave. You can easily find it on there. This is Bangor City Cemetery. You can see Mount Hope way down the hill across that road down there. That's a lot of famous Stephen King lore. He got a lot of inspiration for it and Pet Cemetery walking through Mount Hope. Basically, Bangor City Cemetery is the back part of Mount Hope. Mount Hope was founded in 1834, 2 years before the Alamo. And I'm finding burials here from the 1820s, about 1827, I think, is the oldest one I've seen. So Bangor City Cemetery was the old cemetery before the country's largest second largest garden cemetery, Mount Hope. So there's a lot of history in this cemetery. It really makes me feel geeking out to see some of this stuff. This is my element right here. Right here you have Sarah, wife of Moses. Magoon is his name. I thought it was Mason at first, but their last name is Magoon. And she is on Find a Grave. So is Moses, her husband. But their daughter here, it looks like the daughter was only in her first year, 1850 to 1851. I'm going to add an entry for her. Sarah, same name as her mother. On the side, you have the father, Moses Magoon. He lived 1815 to 1886. He actually was married twice, it looks like. His, I don't know if he was married to Sarah or Mary first, but his other wife, her name was Mary Hodgson. And so very interesting there. Right over the slope here, we have Lesser Morrill, wife of Luke Perry. She lived 1786 to 1865. So it always amazes me to see people born in the 18th century buried here. And she had more of a modern grave. This was the style of flat grave more in the late 1800s. So she lived a long life, about 77 years. So a very cool part of Bangor City Cemetery.